Yeah, what's going on, people? So, season two, Legends of Tomorrow, episode four, Abominations. And this was a perfectly good title for this episode. As you got to see, they traveled back during the Civil War time. In one episode, we got zombies, racism, slavery, and I'm kind of glad that they touched on that. Um, Being a person of color, a black person, did it make me mad seeing that? A little bit, but I'm glad that they touched on it. I'm glad they didn't shy away from it. And the stars of the show was Jax and Amaya, Vixen. As you can see, the episode kind of really centered around them, especially Jax. Well, both of them, but mostly particular in Jax and him having to see that up close and personal. Like you really can tell that it touched them. Um, it needed to be done, and they done it. Like I said, I'm glad they didn't shy away from it. It fitted right into the timeline spectrum of it. But the whole thing involving the zombies, the Confederate soldiers being zombies, and is it like a good little twist? Um, Usually, like last week, sorry about that. Like last week I did my top moments, so I didn't really want to do that because I was so many things going on. Like I was trying to look at various um, um, stuff on TV at the same time, so I really couldn't concentrate on Legends of Tomorrow. But it, um, the guy, I'm sorry for not knowing, but the guy at the beginning that caused all this, that made the team go back to what 1863. Let me check right quick. Yeah, 1863. Um, if they mention his name or whatever, I completely like lost it. But he was the reason for them going back. Um, and he was the cause of it because as you can see when he got out his ship and he was surrounded by the soldiers and he started turning like I thought he was about to go Hulk, but they never touched on like what happened to him. But as you can assume that he infected all the other ones, and so I'm waiting to see how they're gonna um bring him back into the picture, see how things unfold with him. But Mick becoming a zombie, um, Ray, him not having his suit, just powerless, he had to stay on the ship. I did like that part when he was talking their heads off when they first ventured out, and he was talking their heads off, and Sarah cut the communicator off, and it's just like that's Ray's personality. Um, like you see, he's basically powerless without that suit, so he just I don't know. And at the end of the episode, you saw when Mick gave him Captain Cole's gun, ice gun. So I'm ready to see where they're going to pick up with that because you already know that Captain Cole is going to be on Legends of Tomorrow. If you didn't already know, I'm sorry for spoiling it. He's going to be part of the Legion of Doom. So want to see how that's going to intertwine. At some point, he sees that gun, see Ray with the gun, and how they're going to interact with that. But this is just more of my thoughts of the episode. I'm not going to review it and just tell you what I liked. It was nothing that I disliked about this episode. Wasn't nothing really like the whole slavery thing. Like it didn't really bother me. Slavery still exists. It's called work. It's called working. The only plus about it is we get paid. But just seeing that, I already know about the history of it. I saw Roots before. There's nothing that's bothering me. Like I said, I'm glad they touched on it. So that's at some point it was bound to happen. Like I love it when they do this. Like it brings us closer as human beings, as you can see what my ancestors had to go through, and like what some of us still going through now. But it's not what we're going through now isn't bad as how it was. But we did get a KFC reference in there. Colonel Sanders. That's what Nate was going by. Call him Colonel Sanders. I like when whatever time anything that involves time travel and they pick names for the present time that they're in. They always pick future names and the whole Colonel Sanders. That was funny. And Amaya. Like her blood was boiling. Like she hated that shit. She hated it. She did not want to see it. She wanted to change history, but Jax was warning her about messing with the timeline. So she didn't want to hear that. She didn't like what she saw. She couldn't deal with it, and like the slave master when you calling Jax boy and like Jax he wanted to do something about it, but he just didn't want to alter the timeline. And the part when the zombies was attacking and Jax asked them for weapons, he was like, "Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm gonna give my slaves weapons?" And then bam, he gets attacked. Help! 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 Like what the fuck? You a fucking slave owner? You wouldn't give your slaves weapons, but you want them to help you? They not stupid. You are, but they not. But anyways, I enjoyed the episode. I'm a fan of Legends of Tomorrow. It's my favorite show. But I will admit, Arrow has been fucking good this season. Like, when I first started watching Arrow, my cousin told me about Arrow, and I got hooked. It started with the second season. And then when the Flash started, when the Flash season started, I started liking Flash better than Arrow. And that's been going on. And then Legends of Tomorrow came along. I started liking Legends of Tomorrow more than the Flash. But now, I'm starting to favor Arrow over Legends of Tomorrow. Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, not a Flash. But Arrow has been really good, and I wanted to do a video for that episode, but it's just so many things going on right now. I got like 10 videos to make. But anyways, I'm getting off subject. I enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the episode of Legends of Tomorrow, episode 4, Abominations. I can't wait for the next episode. They're going to be in the 80s. President Reagan. I was born in the 80s. I didn't really. I was still a baby during the 80s, so I really couldn't. So I'm ready to see that. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it you couldn't care for it? Are you glad to see that they touched on the subject? Didn't shy away from it? Just let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you like what I said, like what you saw. Please do, because I help out a lot. Hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed. Comment and share, and I'll catch y'all on my next video.